Welcome to this WordPress tutorial for adding images to your content. I'm already logged in and I have created a page called Radios with some dummy content for us to add images to. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna click Add Media. And I don't have any images on my WordPress site yet, so I need to upload those. I could go here, select files, and I could find them on my computer this way, or if I already have a folder open, I can find them this way. And I can click on one and drag it, or I could click on all of them and drag all of them. Now we'll upload every one of these images to my WordPress site. It's as easy as that. Now I'll have access to all these images so that I can put them wherever I please. Now, in this case, I don't want every single one of these images to be uploaded to this page in the place where I was adding them. So, since I just dragged them in here, they're all selected. As you can see down here, it says 10 selected. And it's showing you a preview of each of these images, and you can see up here they all have check marks next to them. Now I could go through and hit deselect on all of these, but I also have this little link down here that says clear, and that will clear out my selection. I really just want this image. So I'm going to give this image a title so that, you know, if I search for it, I know what image it is, and it's just good to have the right title in there. So I'm going to call it Radio on Ice, and the caption will say, "This radio isn't really on ice." And then the alt text is important to use as well. So what this alt text is it tells search engines and screen readers what the content of this image is. So if you were using, you know, if you have a picture of a radio, then you could say an old radio. If you had some kind of graphical representation of something like a like a bar chart or you know, a PowerPoint presentation, something like that, then you could say, you know, this is a chart showing XYZ. But it's important that you have this alt text so that search engines know what the image is and screen readers know what the image is. And people use screen readers when they're vision impaired, and the screen reader will actually read what's on the screen out to them. And it'll read this alt text and tell them that that's what the picture is. So moving on, the alignment in this case is going to tell us where the image is going to go in the text. Right now I'm going to leave this to none so you see what happens when I do that. But we also have left, center, and right, and I'll be using those as well. It's set to link to the media file itself so that when I click on the picture it will load up the picture file, and I'll leave it that way for now. But we also have attachment page, which I'll show you. Actually, if I'm going to use attachment page, I need to select that now, so I'm going to do that. There's also custom URL if you wanted to use that image to link to another website, or you could have no link at all and just show that image and move on in your content. Medium is a good size for this. You may default to full size. Make sure you don't use full size because it'll be too big and you'll have to delete it or edit it. But I like medium size in this case. I think that's going to work. And let's say insert. So this is good. It inserted this image into my content, but it's in the middle of a sentence. I didn't realize that I was in the middle of a sentence when I put my cursor there, so we need to fix that. How do we fix that? Well, right now I have a caption, so I can't move this image. I could delete the caption here, I think, and then we can move the image. That's not letting me move the image that way. Let's go in here, make sure the caption is really empty, and update. And now I can actually move this image around. So when you're placing images, you want to make sure that your cursor is at the beginning of a paragraph like this. If it's not, then you're going to end up breaking up your content with that image. What we can do in this case is I could Control X and cut the image out, and then fix this text, and then paste it back in. Control V is paste. And since I have this alignment none selected, it doesn't look too pretty. So let's go into edit image and fix that. None is what I have right now. And I think I want left, so that that text wraps around the image very nicely. And I could add my caption back right now if I like. And you'll see that my text wraps around the image. Let me just preview that to give you the whole story here. It's wrapped around. It's not wrapped around very much though, but that's because this caption is taking up some of the space. If I had longer content, then you would see this text just continue on after the image. And there are things I can adjust here, so I could go into the image and I could change the size down to 70% of what it is right now. Let's update that. You see it got smaller. I can go back and make it a little bigger again. Now, I didn't have this option before because I can't make it bigger from the size that it was, but from here, once I make it smaller, I can bring it back up to its original size, or I can continue to make it even smaller still. I can also change the alignment to be right instead, so it jumps back and forth. If I do center, the text does not wrap. So keep that in mind. I think I'll do right aligned for now. And I can also clear out this link, but before I do that, I want to show you what this link actually, how this link works. So let's go back to the preview. And this is just loading. Okay. So you can see that this is right aligned and the image is smaller. If I click this link, this is what the attachment page looks like. It shows me the image filling out the website, the width of the website, and it shows me next, which means normally I'd be able to go to other images. And actually I think in this case I can go to other images. It's just going to cycle through all the images of the site. Now I don't really want that. I just want to show the image and just have people continue reading, not be able to click on it. So let's go back to edit, and I can click here, and then I can click in this link URL and say none, and now we've gotten rid of that link. So if I preview that, then you can see I'm clicking and nothing is happening. And that's the basic ins and outs. Those are the basic ins and outs of adding an image to your content. Check out my other tutorials for adding images and media to content. The next one is creating an image gallery for your content. I hope that helps. Thanks.